Hey guys, so just to address the elephant in the room, it's me and not Brian today. From now on, that's the way we're going to be doing these Friday videos. Same intel, however, it's just going to be produced or recorded by me rather than Brian. So look, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Quite a bit to talk about. It's been a pretty crazy week in crypto with lawsuits, different market updates, and actually I've some words of wisdom in the video about catching falling knives. So look, let's just get straight into it. So first of all, we've got a bit of a Kaizen update. So Pika is an analyst we've been trialing for a number of I think about a month and a half or so. What we decided to do is have all our analysts alert privately before they go public. Pika was previously doing services such as chart requests, stuff like that. You might have seen him around, but now you've got his signals. He's had close to 100% success rate, which is absolutely insane. And he's a spot trader too for you guys that prefer to sort of trade safer without leverage. He's from the UAE and he started trading in 2020. And I highly recommend you read his guide, which can be found in the pin section of his channel. So, member of the month. Sorry, we quit member of the week, and we're replacing it with member of the month. And today, we're going to be giving member of the month to Spice. So Spice actually won member of the week a few weeks ago, but honestly, the moderators who do the write up and do member of the month, they said, look, we've got a list of people here, but I think Spice is the number one for this month. They said it was a really hard decision, but with so many, look, Kaizen has so many great people, but they said that Spice was the standout for this month. So look, Spice, reach out to us, free month's membership on us. But look, if you know you've been contributing in the community, we see you. You very likely are in that list of people, and perhaps next month you could get yourself a free membership. You can read some of the messages that Spice sends, but he's always providing feedback to people and giving technical analysis, sort of like as a mini mod. So thank you, Spice. We all appreciate you, and we're very glad to have you. So, few analyst wins. So first of all, we've got XT. When Bitcoin bounced rapidly from 58 to 62k, XT was not afraid. He opened 10 positions, 4 of them being in leveraged, 6 of them being in spot, and within 48 hours he was in quite some heavy green. A major winning day for XT, and I hope you all joined him or were able to capitalize on this too. So second of all, we've got Pika. A beautiful start for Pika. Second we made his channel public, he was shooting out signals, and Ondo was one of the first. Ondo is, as you know, is a pretty market hot coin at the moment. We talked about it in the market update last week. Pika certainly took that information and opened the long position or buy position at 110. Within 24 hours, we saw a 10% rise, taking all 3 of his take profits. An absolutely beautiful catch from Pika. So well done, Pika. And I hope again you are all able to capitalize on that. So market update time. Recapping from last week. So this week, well, actually more last week, I think. No. It would have been this week actually. On Monday. Bitcoin was brutal. We saw a very, very harsh drop from 65k straight to 58k. And we did believe, and a lot of traders believed, that we would see higher prices. However, we did warn that if 65k did not hold, we could see 61 to 62k, which is what happened actually, and lower. And the reason why this move was so quick was because, like ourselves, many traders believed we would actually head up first, causing a widespread liquidation cascade. This is where lots of people's stop losses are getting hit. they're forced to sell their positions and price plummets. So look, moving on. That's one failed market, one inaccurately predicted market update of 4 or 5. Let's get into this, onwards and upwards, and let's get into this one. So this is a very short term prediction. I've got a bit of a more longer term in the next slide, but right now is a bit unpredictable. I don't think this is a very strong bottom whatsoever. The longer we linger here, the more I would be of the opinion that this is not our bottom. Why? Because when we make a bottom like this, we can't linger here too long, because lots of people will be opening long positions trying to catch the move back up. And I'll show you in the next slide, when a major bottom is predicted, you will have minimal amount of time to actually place a long position immediately anyway. They're going to wreck degens first, who are placing highly leveraged long positions, and then shoot price up. Sure, if you look at funding rates, which are tell you how many people are long versus how many people are short, we went neutral. So when most people are long, it's positive. When most people are short, it's negative. Funding rates went from from highly positive, as in most people were long, to negative, meaning most people were short. So in this case, lots of people are getting liquidated. But in a matter of moments, we're back into positives again. People entering long positions. Therefore, market's going to shake those guys out before moving higher. So we believe that 58.4k is next, if not even 56.5. Now, I did actually expect kind of to reclaim this high here, but we didn't. Look, that's not the move I'm trying to get here. That's just a possibility. I would have probably expected it to happen here though, but if not, there's still time for us to move back up. But it's more, if it went to here, I would open a short, or I'd look for a long here and here. It's more the message I'm trying to get out. So on a broader time frame then, again, we could either see a move down to there, as we just explained, down to 58.4, sweep it maybe once or twice, so come down, up, down, and then fully make a good strong move to the upside. Or we could sweep the low we created from 56.5 there a couple of months, would have been about March, I think. Or we could sweep those lows. We'll know closer to the time, but that's just an idea that I would keep in mind. Point is, this next week I am expecting to be a little red, to at least to begin, and maybe we recover on Thursday or Friday. But that's the main message. But look, if Bitcoin continues to range and not move, there is a lot of good looking alts that could give them some time to sort of rally, and with Bitcoin dominance falling, you might be able to get a good entry there. So another just some technical analysis. The main thing I want for you to understand is, first of all, this divergence on the weekly time frame. Divergences do take a while to play out, so you need to be patient on this one. Divergences is when price moves opposite to the indicator. And this, for example, look, we're moving down, or what is it? No, sorry, we're moving up. Sorry, you can see the low here, and these two lows. However, as you can see, the RSI is actually moving down over that. So overall, price is up over this time frame here, but as you can see, the RSI is actually falling. And that's a divergence. It's that like difference in movement, and typically that's bullet. If it's obviously price is falling, that's an indication of trend reversal. Same goes if price was rising and the indicator was going down. That would be bearish. If price was falling and the indicator was going up, that would be bearish. In addition, we've got this drop in trend. So I briefly put this in my channel. This to me indicates consolidation, not trend exhaustion. You still have to remember, we have not lost any critical levels. Well, 60k was somewhat critical, but in the grand scheme of things, that general range we're in has not been lost. And this drop in volume would not suggest that we're going to lose it. It's more consolidation than trend exhaustion. You have to remember, price is not determined by volume. It's actually determined by supply and demand at any given time. So it's actually cheaper to move Bitcoin, or more feasible at the weekend when there's less institutional traders, than it is midweek. All it is you just, for instance, if you buy a coin, price is simply what the lowest sell order is. So, or buy order, whatever. So like for instance, if you're looking to buy a coin, or actually sorry, it's the highest. So if you're looking to buy a coin that's super low cap, if you don't want to get killed by market entering, you have to look at the order book and just keep selecting the lowest sell position, or the highest, well, no, the lowest sell position. And each time each one of those orders gets filled, you're moving on to a higher price, and price follows you. Same with this, except when it's low volume, that means price is more being moved, not by manipulation, but just it's not a real move. It's just more prices falling while there's low supply and demand. It's not a true move down, if that makes sense. So that's one thing I wanted to note that to me, this looks like consolidation rather than trend exhaustion. Although obviously there's invalidation. If we lost that level, for instance, I'm sure volume would spike up, but just for the most part, as it stands, it does not look like we are going to lose this level. So falling knives. So with Bitcoin falling, I know there's a big urge, and well, the market in general, there is a big urge to sort of make it back your losses that you may have incurred, and or even just to buy and get in at what prices are low. But you have to remember, if you've lost money, you're being very emotional right now. Simply Bitcoin falling to range lows is not confirmation. You need to wait for a bit more structure. You need to wait for a bit more consolidation, some safety. So I recommend just to pause the screen and have a read of these as I go through them, because I'm not going to be saying them word for word, simply too long. But this is crucial. So as I know in the past, it gets pretty dark. One trade loses, you think, oh, it's at range lows, I'll open a long position to make it all back. And the thing is, it usually doesn't. Like sometimes, maybe one time out of 10, it is the bottom, but your brain is tricking you. It's actually the worst thing that could happen, because next time it happens, your brain is going to remember those wins and it's going to make you do it again, and you're going to get that urge. You need to just avoid it, play it rationally, and wait for things to calm down. And this especially applies for leverage trading. So what do I do to prevent this from happening? So I recommend, you can pause the screen and have a read of that as well. But I set myself some tips and pointers that I try to follow. So first of all, never try and make back your losses. It's a recipe for failure. It's the worst mindset you can have. Secondly, the trend is your friend. While price may be at range lows, it may be a good point for reversal. The trend is always the leading factor. So wait for it to maybe hit the lows a few times, see like a double bottom, bit of a confirmation or a shift in structure before you go about blindly longing. And to be honest with you, even if you do short the range lows, while it's consolidating, you're actually probably more likely to enter a profit, because it's going to hit that low more than one time usually before making the bigger move upwards. Set clear rules for yourself and follow them when trading. Most of the important ones is sort of zoom out. Look at it on a longer time frame. Don't get caught up in the shorter time frame. And you'll have that urge to make it back without realizing to zoom out. It will make you want to zoom in and sort of focus on very small moves, but the smaller the time frame you get on, the more randomness there is in price. And the biggest one, after a loss, get away from the desk, get away from the screens, and just have a walk and clear the head, and come back with a more rational, proper thought process, and then before you trade again. So just some news that in the market. So the most recent one being the SEC sues ConsenSys. So those are the guys that made MetaMask. They're saying that They operate as an unregistered security brokerage. Again, this is another one you can pause, but it's not that big of news, but it will affect, if they are successful, this will totally change the game. This is bad for DeFi because it's hurting innovation. People are going to be afraid to start up these projects if they know they're going to get sued, and it could potentially impact how the likes of Coinbase Wallet or other competitors go about providing their services. And you can have a read of that as well. So next one is MTGOX, or I don't know how you sort of pronounce that, but that's the main reason why we fell so harshly, is because a really early exchange lost 740,000 bitcoins in a hack. This is the equivalent of like 9 billion now, and they've been repaying creditors very slowly for the past period of time. And you have to remember, these guys are probably, a lot of them, millionaires, and they probably wouldn't have been if they had held it. They would have sold it. But they're beginning to distribute out from the hack. They recovered it, and these guys are pretty much guaranteed to sell. But the thing is, I'm going to talk about it in the next slide. There's a lot of things we don't know, and a lot of it I believe to be FUD. There was a recent transfer of 140,000 bitcoins from MTGOX cold storage wallet, and that's what sort of sparked the FUD. But the thing is, we don't know when they're going to be sold. We just saw the movement into an exchange. We don't know how much of that is even going to be sold, if it will be sold. We don't know how many of the MTGOX claims are already sold. So people, as you know, you can buy debt. People, before the funds were officially recovered, or people that would want their money faster, will have sold their claim. We don't know if people who have acquired them obviously are going to be only get a small discount, or if at all. So they may not necessarily want to sell, is my point there. And yeah, we don't know how much capital already sold or shorted or waiting to buy back in anticipation for supply being sold. So you can have a read of this. It's just me talking about or writing about how Solana, with the FTX crash, everyone thought it was going to go to like $3, and instead it went from $20 to $200 in literally a couple months. So Guysen's top picks. First one being Seam. So Seam has been pretty brutal, I'll be honest. But I think if you've been eyeing Seam, or if you own Seam, I would not sell now. I think like this is like the worst possible time to sell. This is actually, we're at all-time lows. I think if there was a time to sell, or it's a time to DC or buy in, it's now. It's literally now or never. I own quite a bit of Seam. This is going to be like my final DCA, my do or die moment. And if we do get a drop beneath 310, this major support zone, then I'm out. But I think Seam is a coin that should be heavily considered here for a possible buy, or if you have been eyeing a buy like over a period of time. Here's sort of your notification to let you know that huge buying opportunity here. Second one being Truth. Like Seam, it has been very rough recently. We're down about 50% from, Brian is anyway, from his entry at about 40 cents. Thing is about it is we're starting to see, I wouldn't call it major consolidation, but we're sort of resting. So we had a very harsh sell-off here. We're getting this very small period of sort of consolidation. Ideally, that could mean that sell pressure is subsiding. Things are stabilizing. I would probably still wait, keep an eye on price if it's staying around 23 cents, and if it is, I'd pull the trigger for a buy if it's something that's been on your radar. So guys, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching my first Friday market update. I know I'm probably not as good as Brian. He's been doing this content creation stuff for a few years, but hope this was of benefit to you, and I hope you enjoyed. See you guys. Bye.